Hi, this is Gloria here at GROWTHhub. Today we have Stefano Mainero, founder and CEO of EPN Consulting and Research and Innovation here in Ireland. And EPN helps companies to shape their innovative ideas to create a project proposal that can be funded by the European Union. And the focus is on smart cities, mobility, adaptation, resilience, and climate change. And they're all interconnected between each other. So welcome, Stefano.
Thanks, Gloria.
Excellent.
Thank you very much for your time to have this interview.
Excellent. So we're just gonna talk today about your entrepreneurial journey. So I believe your education went from philosophy to engineering, and you ended having a company that is consulting. So why? What happened? How did you end in entrepreneurship?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, my high school was in humanistic studies, so philosophy, Latin, ancient Greek, etc. And then I realized that I was also interested in technology, in electronics in those days. That was quite popular. And I wanted to study better this area of knowledge. And that's why I started my Polytechnic of Turin, where I studied electronic engineering and telecommunications. So now I've got the possibility to enjoy a bit of humanistic, a bit of technology, which makes life more exciting.
Excellent. And how come you decided to go to business? Who influenced you, or what influenced you to go to business?
Well, I started as obviously after my degree. I was working during my studies, but then I was teaching, etc., just to get some money to go on holidays. And then I decided to become an employee because I wanted to learn. Because one thing is to study at school, but the thing is to work in companies, which is totally different thing. So I decided to start as an employee, and I was in Turin, in Italy, which is my hometown. And then I moved to the UK, in Bristol, always as an employee of a larger multidisciplinary consultancy. And then I decided that maybe it was too narrow for me. I mean, I wanted to expand my horizons and to have the possibility to design my own strategies. And that's why in 2009, I set up my first company in London, which was EPN Consulting. It actually is, because it's still operating. And then for a number of reasons, I also decided to open a new company here in Dublin, which is exactly EPN Consulting Research and Innovation, to give a bit more flavor to research. And because actually I enjoy being an entrepreneur, so not only once but twice, and that's why I'm here today.
Yeah. So you started a company twice.
Twice.
So what's the challenges of starting a company?
Many. There are many challenges, even though I thought that the setting up a second one would have been easier. Actually, well, partially easier, actually. Setting up a company needs to have a number of skills. They go far beyond the technology or technological aspect. You need to know a bit of administration, accountancy, even though I've got my accountants, etc. But business strategy, business expansion, so many skills that usually you don't learn at school unless you do exactly those kind of schools.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happened, and then also legal aspects. For example, when I set up a company in London, there was UK laws. Setting up a company in Ireland, there are other laws, maybe not that different, but certainly not the same ones. And so this is a challenge as well.
Yeah. And how do you manage all those challenges? Do you have a network that you can rely on? Is there any tricks of how to do it? So you said you have your accountant, but who else do you pull from?
Certainly for work, I've got a group of very high experienced consultants that help me deal with the stuff. And it's something that definitely is a help that is invaluable. On top of it, I've got providers like accountants, lawyers, etc., to help me keep up on the other things. And then social media. We need also to have a presence. So I've got a web agency, that developed the currently just relaunched the PA consultancy, the PA Consulting Research and Innovation website last February. So a valuable web agency helped me to design the website and to advise on what it was better or not. So you really need to have a team, an internal team for the work, for the business, and the external team supporting the company.
Yeah, yeah. And you're here in Dublin, you're located in the Guinness Enterprise Centre.
Correct.
So why did you choose an incubator centre for starting up your Irish company?
Because that was from what I learned from the previous company that was not set up in an incubator. Actually, it was very complicated to raise awareness of the company and also to learn from others. So this time I wanted to have an incubator where we could be supported. We are part of for example, the incubator is GEC, so we are part of the sustainability and GEC cluster that was launched just months ago, also with the Minister of Transport and Environment. And this happened, it gave visibility to EPN just because of GEC. Alone, we couldn't have reached such a wonderful audience so soon. Yeah. And
a more personal question, when work becomes overwhelmed or there's no work, or how do you keep yourself motivated?
Well, there are some nights where it's difficult to sleep because there are up and downs. Because usually people say, okay, important to have clients. Yeah, that's correct. But the first thing is to get the clients. And once you get the clients, you have to get being paid, which is not that obvious. So it may happen that you got a lot of invoices sent, but people are not paying you for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
And this is totally different from being an employee, as I was before, when, every month I have my salary in my bank account. It made my life easier. The motivation is to do something new.
Yeah.
To contribute to, in some ways, the improvement of the global society, and also to decide on strategies and to be able to modify the strategies if we realize that they work in an agile way. Yeah. Rather than waiting for layers and layers of command, I can snap it and change it in a matter of week. So that's very good.
Yeah. And from growing your business, so you were in the UK, now you're in Ireland. What's the future plans for you as an entrepreneur? I know you do mentoring for businesses. What is the future looks like for you? I'm also a business mentor to the Turin Chamber of Commerce and to a European initiative about company in distress, in financial distress. Wow. So it's a very exciting exercise where there is a lot to learn. My idea for the future is, well, first of all, to make the company here in Dublin more, bigger, larger, and more recognized, but also maybe to open a new company somewhere else, in order to maybe satisfy the needs of clients in that specific country. Because even though we are in the European Union, that we are a big family, but of course every country has got their own specificities, their own special needs, regulations. So it's quite an exciting way of setting up a new company in a new country. Yeah.
So that's how I see myself in the next years.
In the next few years, yeah. So if I ask you to define entrepreneurship, what does it mean to you to be an entrepreneur?
But to be an entrepreneur means to have certainly, we mentioned before about the resilience. We need to be very much resilient. We have to be excited and about what we do, but at the same time we have to be very realistic in what we do. We have to know in which market we have to move ourselves, and also to take into account the costs, because that's every entrepreneur will tell you this. I mean, we have to take up part of cost, because it's good that there is the saying that you have to speculate to accumulate. But sometimes you speculate too much and accumulate too little. So that's the balance. But that's I think this is one of the things that keep myself going on in this way, because there is always something new to know, something new to design. Technology is improving every single day, and accordingly regulations, even though maybe more delayed, but is a continuous run, you know, to the future. That I think that's what makes the entrepreneurial journey exciting.
Yeah. And talking about entrepreneurial journey excited, if you had to give one advice to the younger self, the younger you, what would you say to yourself if you started again and you might be scared or not, or your 20s, or like whatever it was, what would you say to yourself to do with entrepreneurship?
I would say to be very very careful about starting this journey. I mean, I started when I was already 40, so 42, whatever. So I wouldn't say mature, but let's say adults, let's say. But if I had to start earlier, to be very cautious, and take into account that, as I said before, having a monthly salary from day one on, it means that you have to know very carefully how to manage your money. And then probably, the advice would be careful about the money, and spend exactly only on what is needed for the company to grow.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, that's great. And the final question here is, if you had to choose 3 top tips, now I know you've covered quite a lot of tips there, but 3 top tips, so someone that is in college but wants to set up their business next week.
Yeah, okay. Well, the first of all is to choose a field where they are passionate about. I mean, not because it's trendy, because what is trendy today, it may not be next year or next decade. So an area where they really like to work, because it will be not a 9-to-5 work, it will be much more than that. It's sometimes including weekends. So it needs you need to have a good passion about it. Then the second thing is to do the good intelligence in the market they would like to enter, because to understand the competitors, the prices, positioning, if it's possible to get it. So certainly is important. It's better to delay a bit more, but then to enter in the market and cover a niche that I wouldn't say maybe unique, but there are not many out there. And then finally to be very, as I said, to try to find the right balance between being excited and being cautious, because it's not easy to reach this balance, but it's important to have a long life from the entrepreneurial point of view.
No, that's excellent, Stefano. So thanks for sharing your story, for all the tips.
Thank you.
And to be here with us today at GROWTHhub.
I enjoyed very much. Thank you.